I titled today's conversation Mind Map Discussion, Manifesting, the Art of Allowing. The key, once change has been initiated, is to allow. This is why I included the art of allowing in the title. For example, you'll allow ideas, hunches, and inspirations to be received within related to your vision, while being in your flow and moments of stillness. This was also the theme of our last conversation, allowing clarity to arise. If you haven't seen it, I'll link in the description to it. In there, we explored some passages from Florence Scovel Shinn's book, The Magic Path of Intuition. One quote that stands out, which we've discussed on numerous occasions, was when she said, "Prayer is telephoning to God, and intuition is God telephoning to you." Now, in 1896, there was a wonderful book written by Harriet Emily Cady, titled Lessons in Truth, where she said something similar. She states, "We talk to God, that is prayer. God talks to us, that is inspiration. We go apart to get still, that new life, new inspiration, new power of thought, new supply from the fountainhead may flow in, and then we come forth to shed it on those around us, that they, too, may be lifted up." So another common theme in these two books is setting intention with prayer. As we've been discussing, prayer is the inner confirmation of what we already have. And by that I mean specifically as stated in Mark 11:24. "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." It says received it, which means already having, suggesting also that it was already done in what one may think of as the past, like, "Let there be light," and the light was. This is symbolic of the completion of creation. Creation is complete now, and what appears as individuals experiencing creation are not separate from it. Thus, you are truly one with God, and God is the foundation from what all arises and appears happening now, referencing Isaiah 28:16. "Therefore thus says the Lord God, Behold, I am the one who has laid as a foundation in Zion a stone, a tested stone, a precious cornerstone of a sure foundation. Whoever believes will not be in haste." And Zion means kingdom of heaven. So in summary thus far, prayer is confirmation of having, and what appears as the journey of actualizing the prayer, which could be your ideal business, ideal relationship, or whatever you desire, is calmly experienced during the journey through allowing, which is to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Walking by faith is a result of not inharmoniously judging external appearances along the way, but rather being lighthearted from your vision. John 7:24. "Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment." This also means what you inwardly relate to what and how it appears on the journey to actualizing your vision is what is impressed upon the subconscious mind for expression. Therefore, choose wisely, as you have the ability to discern, and thus not identify inharmoniously with an appearance if not ideal, to remain walking calmly by faith, which is allowing. Matthew 10:16. "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be shrewd as serpents and innocent as doves." So allow for intuitive discernment to remain in your flow, experienced from a calm, fluid state of mind. And depolarize as applicable. Watch the video I released recently on depolarization. I'll link in the description to it. So now from the foundation of stillness, the intuitive ideas and intuitive spontaneous acts related to your vision are allowed to arise. See, everything arises from the stillness. Stillness is the connection with the source from which all that appears arises from. And intuitive ideas which arise from the silence, the stillness, are activated by law through acceptance. So we can also say then, prayer is acceptance of the ideal ideas. John 1:1, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. So all things that appear were made to appear by law. And without law, there would be nothing that would appear to be made that has already been made. I like how Charles Haanel said it in the Master Key System. He said, as there is only one consciousness in the universe that is able to think, it necessarily follows that your consciousness is identical with the universal consciousness. There is no dodging this conclusion. So there's no dodging the conclusion that all things are made through law, and without law, nothing would appear to be made that has already been made. Thus, you get to choose what appears. You also choose to lightheartedly allow it to appear, walking by faith. She says, the real inner consciousness that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, will supply all wants more surely and far more liberally than can any human hand. So again, here the art of allowing is emphasized, walking by faith. God or Lord is considered the all in Hermeticism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. So all that appears arises from the all mind, the heart of reality, the source of all that appears. I shall not want thus means acknowledging I already have in the heart of being. So from the metaphysics we discussed thus far, how does this play out in day-to-day life from my experience and others I've discussed this with? Well, the individual, which also is an appearance of the all, no longer appears to unnecessarily seek for external approval, validation, or confirmation, having experienced the feeling of completion. This means no distraction if you're an entrepreneur. In relationships, not seeking externally for approval or validation. Rather, being who you are. Be as you are. Now, I'll pull up the Robert Dilts logical levels model here to further articulate. So the model is used to clarify what the overall state of being is for the individual now, as well as it could be used to craft the ideal state of being. Today, we're using it to discuss faith in relation to the vision, the art of allowing, to determine if any of these layers offers clues to indicate if one is not walking by faith. So first we have vision. And as mentioned, prayer is acceptance of being one with our vision. Vision refers to the desired experience, and you can have many visions representing the various areas of your life. For further elaboration, I recommend my vision video from the start of the year. I'll link in the description to it. I'm also planning on making another one for 2024. Then we have identity. This is referring to the personal identity, the one that the character that appears in the play of life plays out in the bottom three layers. And also, we may have defined many concepts like personal identity, self-image, worldview, concept of self, which represents the inner relationship to self, as well as the last three layers on this model. If we look at the definition of personal identity, one has it as person's characteristics, beliefs, values, and experiences that define their individuality. If we look at the definition of self-image, one has it as mental and emotional perception an individual holds of themselves, which encompasses a person's beliefs about their identity, abilities, appearance, and role in the world. If we look at the definition of the concept of self, one has it as multidimensional construct that encompasses the individual's beliefs, perceptions, and understanding of themselves. If you look at the definition of worldview, one has it as worldview includes a wide range of concepts, beliefs, and values that shapes one's understanding of experiences within reality. And within all of these groupings, we see a commonality, which is the word belief. So through belief, the one cause within, I am, is experienced in and as the bottom three layers. So the mental construct formation called identity is made up of beliefs, some of which may be held lightly or in varying degrees up to a deep level of conviction. Conviction means a strong persuasion or belief. Now there's another layer that emerges, and by that I mean in the context of this model here, from the above layer, which is values and beliefs. It is to bring awareness to what is in the identity, which includes the identity in relation to the vision and in relation to the bottom three layers, which represent the relationship with body and world. So the next layer is capabilities, which can also be looked at as skill if applicable for your vision. Let's say if one sees themselves as a professional musician. Here they may inquire, are they allowing in skill development, or are they trying to force cultivation? The force is generated by beliefs. We can release identification to the force-based beliefs through self-talk. Watch the video I did recently on the 14 sleight-of-mouth language patterns by Robert Dilts to bring awareness to beliefs and release identification to them without activating resistance. I'll link in the description to that video. Then we have behaviors. This can be looked at as observation of our body language, for example, in public speaking. We can observe what we think and how we emotionally relate to determine what we are believing that is revealed by what our behaviors are reflecting. And finally, we have environment. This includes people, information, circumstances, locations, etc. This layer again reveals if we are ideally allowing, and also it determines if we are not allowing ourselves to be in ideal environments, which, if not, it helps bring awareness to and reveal the belief identified with that results. For example, one may desire to start a business, so they imagine themselves experiencing that success. Now, on the journey to actualizing that success, they appear to be inharmoniously procrastinating or distracted. If they engage in self-talk using, for example, the 14 language patterns, they will release the beliefs that result in these kinds of experiences, and the environment or how they relate to the environment will change to be more flow-based. And many of these force-based beliefs in the last 3 layers, I found working with this, what we're discussing here, and working with others, tend to be about believing the power being external. I like how she clarifies it here. The ultimate aim of everyone should be to come into the consciousness of an indwelling God, and then in all external matters to affirm deliverance through and by this divine one. They should not be a running to and fro, making human efforts to aid the divine, but a calm, restful, unwavering trust in all wisdom and all power within one as able to accomplish the thing desired. So allowing means walking by faith, allowing the unseen power within you to take care of everything for you. If one appears through identification with beliefs to not walk in faith, like in the examples given, we bring awareness to and release the unnecessary force-based beliefs that appear as forceful human efforts, resulting in walking by faith, as she said. There should not be a running to and fro, making human efforts to aid the divine, but a calm, restful, unwavering trust in the all wisdom and all power within one as able to accomplish the thing desired. She says, God is spirit, or the creative energy that is the cause of all visible things. God as spirit is the invisible life and intelligence underlying all physical things. There could be no body or visible part to anything unless there was first spirit as creative cause. God is wisdom and intelligence. All the wisdom and intelligence that we see in the universe is God, is wisdom projected through a visible form. To educate, from educare, to lead forth, never means to force into form the outside, but always means to draw out from within something already existing there. God, as infinite wisdom, lies within every human being, only waiting to be led forth into manifestation. This is true education. So there's only one cause, and it is within, I am. And it is within we turn to by being still and knowing the source of all knowledge, which is latent within each of us, as she says here. Heretofore, we have sought knowledge and help from outside sources, not knowing that the source of all knowledge, the very spirit of truth, is lying latent within each one of us, waiting to be called on to teach us the truth about all things, most marvelous of teachers and everywhere present without money or price. God is power, not simply God has power, but God is power. In other words, all the power there is to do anything is God. So I trust you found this video to be helpful. Let's go ahead and conclude this with an auto-suggestion to further encourage. You could say, I allow all to appear ideally from my vision on the journey to actualizing my vision as I walk by faith. All is done for me ideally by the unseen power within me. rearranging all appearances ideally to reflect as my vision actualized in loving, harmonious relationship with all. If you would like a copy of this mind map, the link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk with you soon. Take care.